my birthday and everything, you know what I mean? But I want to take a second to drop some type of little testimony or something. I can't look at the camera I'm driving, you know what I mean? But yeah, it's been, gosh, I don't even know what to say, how to start. Alright, so I'm Noneilla. Most of y'all know me as Noneilla or Diamond, whatever, either one, depending on how you know me and where. It's crazy how this industry is, how this music is, how life is. When you get to the industry to a certain point, you know, it's easy for you to lose track of yourself. It's easy for you not to be aware of what's going on. A little about me. I started off working on music when I was younger. Not many people know that I used to sing and like do musicals and do plays and stuff like that when I was really young. But mostly just sang. But I was raised by my grandmother up in the Bay Area, and both my parents are around, so you know. But I was raised by both grandparents on both sides, whatever. And I was real close to her, and I was singing, and when I was up there, you know, I didn't think nothing of it. She passed away, and I lost a lot of personality. I mean, I lost a lot of myself for a minute because she was so close. She went to a coma. She had a surgery and eventually went to a coma, and then I kind of lost contact with the world for a minute. But I moved back down here to San Diego. I was born here, but I had moved to the Bay, so I had moved back down from the Bay to San Diego, and I found a different side of me, I guess. I got into poetry, you know, did a little poetry, whatever, and I knew about other gifts and stuff I had, but I never really knew how to fully utilize them. Then I started getting in touch with music. My poetry, my first poem ever written, I was in 8th grade. I entered it in a contest. I think it was either 10,000 or 100,000. I don't remember, that was so long ago. Either way, I got in the top 18, and the top 18 of the contest. And in the contest, I couldn't fly to Orlando because I was in the 8th grade, so I didn't think anything of it. It was like, whatever. I completely didn't think that could be a big deal. I just figured I was lucky, but my poem touched a lot of people. Some people compared it to suicide. Some people compared it to just their life in general. And me, I was just writing a poem. I didn't really put any depth to what I thought, no depth to it. You know, it was just whatever. That's the start of a situation that kind of had me like, you know, man, that's a trip. So eventually I got into music. I was freestyling, started off freestyle battling, you know, did my thing with that. And then I grew to work with some family members and some music, some cousins of mine and things, and we worked in the studio. I got to engineering, doing a lot of different aspects of music, and then I realized that was my love. Like I did graphic design and graphics and all that stuff, and just love creativity, but I found out I fell in love with music. So fast forward a few years, I was doing engineering, I was performing, I've been in the studio pretty frequently, either on the engineering side, the recording side, the coaching side. I've worked with a lot of stuff with music. I've even worked at doing show production, so putting on actual shows of stages. I'm helping out with some live audio engineering, helping out hook up DJs, a lot of all that. I've done a lot of that aspects of music, but I stayed songwriting. I mean, I've been writing songs since about 2002 or 3. I started freestyle battle in 2001, but I don't even know if I was writing. I wasn't writing right away at that time. So December 4th, 2011. Now, I've always been close to God, so I'm not gonna make it seem like I wasn't. But 2011, in December 4th, my girlfriend and I, we both just walked down to a church we started going to, the Rock Church out here in San Diego with Pastor Miles McPherson. And at that moment, I regave my life to Christ. Because, I mean, I was doing school. I did a lot of career choices. I mean, I started tutoring. Then I had worked with a graduate school at 17. I worked with a graduate school for a few years to stop violence, abuse, and trauma, to help people around the world. It was international conferences they put on. They put it on locally, but it helped out internationally. And then I got to do a job in which I traveled a lot. I traveled a lot doing what I love to do, which is audio and engineering. Not necessarily engineering, just the audio and the recording, and being able to travel around the country just was mind-blowing. Like, doing that for the traveling aspect was crazy. So I mean, I've done that type of stuff, but then I also done like show preparation and everything. But you know, I did school on the side. This time I just kind of put it all in God's hands. So when I put it in God's hands, something spoke to me. In 2012, I decided to go ahead and, you know, I still love to do music. I mean, I'm an MC. I like to freestyle. I like to be in ciphers. I like to be at shows. I love to be in a studio session. I like to write music. I love to be using creative minds. I mean, my favorite musician is Michael Jackson. Like, he's just the most creative person in the world. Or he was, I'm sorry, when it comes to a vision. And then even now, hip-hop wise, one of my favorite is Eminem. And it's crazy because, I mean, if you listen and take your mind outside of the blatant stuff he says and put an artistic creativity to some of his words, I love creation. So going into that, it's crazy to not be always in the studio. But God led me to say, you know what? Go get your bachelor's in music business. I mean, I've been working with indie labels, working with guiding people, coaching, helping do that aspect without actually focusing on it. And so I've been getting my degree in music business, and there's a lot happening. I mean, I still write, but I work. So I'm working 6 days a week. I'm on my way to work right now. That's why I'm in traffic. Actually, I'm about to go take care of some business, and then later I'll be driving up to LA. But I do school 7 days a week. On Sundays, I volunteer and help out the church when I can. If not, I'm definitely go to church, but I'm still doing whatever. And on my downtime, or the little downtime I have, I do try to relax. It's very rare, but you know, the point is, it's all God's work. It's something bigger. And now I'm in LA because I'm at Warner. I'm doing some interning with Warner. And that's probably as far as that comment I'm gonna go. But I'm reaching out to a lot of people. I want to change things. I want to change the industry, and through a lot of my MOKs, which stand for Moment of Knowledge, I have random things to talk about. Like, and they're not always just situations that pop up in my life. A lot of times, I feel it's inspiration that comes from above, that comes from God, and I do post something completely random. It's not always about me. In fact, that's why I'm doing this video, because it's not about me. There's some people who truly just need inspiration. And what you need to realize is you're an individual. You are an individual. You're only you. No one has your fingerprint. Not your father, not your mother, not your sister, not your random cousin over in Germany. If you have a cousin in Germany, I don't. But the point is, like, you're here to inspire. You're here to change the world somehow. You can be working at a post office. Smile about it. You can change the day just by your presence. And I think we get so caught up in self-pity and also comparing our lives to our parents. It's difficult to say that they don't influence you, but I mean, both my parents have been in my life, but they haven't been in my life. Like, they haven't been the influential figure. I mean, a lot of times they go against some of the moves I have. I haven't had any examples set. I don't have any examples set around me to do what I want to do. I want to be a mogul in this hip hop industry. Actually, in the music industry, but we're gonna start with hip hop. And there's nobody around me that does that. I have a lot of artists around me. I have a lot of artists whose main importance is showing everybody how much of an artist they are. I mean, going to the club, doing whatever they do, and that's fine. That works for them. But it's not impacting anyone but them to make them feel a certain way. And it's not, when I realized it's bigger than me, my whole perspective changed on everything. I mean, if you look at Bob Marley, he impacted the world. You look at Michael Jackson, he impacted the world. Martin Luther King, Gandhi, gosh, so many. Confucius. Obama's new because he just got to the White House, but like, there's people around the world who have influenced others in a gigantic way, in different proportions. Like, you just know there's a God out there You know, God exists. And don't get so caught up on your religion existence, your religious aspect of that comment. Because some people want to fight over, because the Christianity, is it Catholicism? Are you Baptist? Are you Jew? Are you practice Judaism? Are you follow Buddha? Like, Jesus is real, but most importantly, you have to think of the fact that it's your relationship with God that matters. It's not about what religion you do. And you know, God has different meanings to certain people. And even though it's a touchy subject, some people take that 3 letters and make it 1 word. And it comes before, it comes whatever, but then they want to be blessed. Like, since I just kind of gave it up, there's no worry in anything I do. So I'm going to end it with that, because this video is going to get really long if it's not already. I don't even know the time. I ain't even look at the camera half the time. But I just want you to know, you affect someone with everything you do. That one smile, that one hug, that one positive influence, you may be the reason why someone decides to live another day. You never know who you're impacting, because you don't know everyone's personal issues. Most importantly, reach out to people you love. Tell them you love them. Like, no matter how busy you are, let them know you appreciate them. It's so many people, and it's so sad to see once someone passes away, everyone who they talk to comes and says what they've been meaning to say, how they miss them, or how they love them, or they've been thinking about them, or they're sorry they didn't communicate. Do it now. Do it now. Don't wait till someone passes away, because truly you could be the inspiration that leads them another day. However they pass away, I'm not saying like there's some people that pass away from illnesses and so on and so forth, but there's some people that pass away from purely being miserable in life. So try to influence them. Try to be that small percentage that aids them in a world full of negativity, because the majority of people around you may be negative. And although you ignore it, or you say whatever, and you try not to pay attention to it, it affects your subconscious. And your subconscious thoughts are more powerful than the ones you know you have. The thoughts you don't know you have control the majority of your life. So just keep that in mind. It's Noneilla. I know this got kind of long, but appreciate you.